I've been wanting to do an update for a while about how things are going for us, and it just has never seemed like the right time. I have a lot of trouble juggling all of the different roles that I have, and it overwhelms me a lot. So I've been wanting to get back to this and just haven't been able to mentally do it. But if you never do it, it turns out it never gets done. So here's a quick in the moment update of our farm expansion process. I've been pretty close-lipped about this because I honestly just didn't want to get my hopes up too much until it was a for real thing. Last summer, we looked at a farm and I fell in love with it, and I thought it was going to happen, and it didn't happen, and it broke my heart for probably a couple months. So I was very conservative going into the process this time and just didn't want to kind of count my chickens before they hatched. But it is now official. We have closed on our farm. And so we are moving this summer to go back to my husband's grandma's farm. The farm has been in his grandma's family for centuries at this point. I believe it was 1803 when the barn was built. I'll have to double check that date. This is the farm where we got married at, and it was always kind of in the back of our minds of, it would be really cool to be able to be part of that legacy. But my husband's family is very large, and no one knew what that transition process would look like. But about December last year, we decided it's time. We want to see if this is a possibility. So we talked to Lance's grandma, my husband's grandma, and his dad and uncle, who were the other two in the partnership on the farm. And from those beginning conversations, it took about 6 months for everything to come through and the paperwork to get signed. We did work with FSA on a beginning farmer loan. Again, this was our second one, and I do plan to share all those details at some point. And ever since we realized that this was really happening, it's just been a whirlwind of projects around our home and our small farm to get ready to sell it, and then projects at the farm where we're moving to get it ready to be a functioning farm again, because it's been used for cattle and crops for the last several decades, but the actual farmstead itself has not been utilized much. And there are just so many projects that I'm excited to dive into at the farm. They used to milk cows in the bottom of the barn. And so I'm excited to hopefully finally get our milk cow and milk cows in there and just continue that whole history. My husband's dad helped us get corn planted there this spring, since that was still during the closing process. So I'll have updates on the corn crop and our cows as we get everything moved. But right now it's just a lot of hands-on work, and that's what we're spending all our time doing.